as you know, I love Mike Tomlin. I love his press conferences. I love the way that he expresses himself, and his use of the English language for me is just it's a beautiful thing. It's coach speak, it's football speak, it's just honest speak, it's from the heart speak, it's Tomlin speak. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So he was asked about trading away Melvin Ingram today, and it's another instant classic in my opinion.
Mike, in regards to Ingram, how do you balance sometimes what a player desires or his wishes are if it is to be traded, as opposed to maybe what you feel what might be best for the team or what the team needs at a position?
What the team needs is first and foremost, and that's just how it goes. That's the component of team sport and football in particular. That's always the first and foremost. But from a team perspective also, it's better to have volunteers as opposed to hostages. And so that's good for the team as well.
How does he come up with these? That's what I really want to know.
I love Mike Tomlin. I heart Mike, man. It's better to have volunteers than hostages.
Like Rich Hart's Tomlin, like the Bob Hart's.
Abishola?
Yeah.
Done. Done. And you know who also hearts Tomlin is Bob from the show.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well,
Billy
yes.
Gardell loves hearts Tomlin.
Yeah, right.
Billy hearts Tomlin.
Yes.
We heart Billy. So while we're on the subject of volunteers or hostages in the American Football Conference Northern Division.
Okay.
Who is Odell Beckham Jr. right now in Cleveland, Ohio? Is he a volunteer? Or is he a hostage? Because if he is, let's just say the latter, a hostage, it appears Dad put an old hostage video up on Instagram. 11 minutes in length. One piece of film after another of Odell being open and not getting the football, which is, I think you could probably make that video, maybe not 11 minutes in length, but you could make a video of any receiver in the NFL, okay, that is open and doesn't get the football over a certain span. And you could do that for anybody. Name it. I'm sure Devontae Adams sometimes does not get the football when he is open. As somebody who is a fantasy football lover and owner of the tremendous All-Pro future Hall of Famer DeAndre Hopkins, I could make a video of the number of times that I need DeAndre Hopkins to get the ball, and he does not.
Yep.
Okay? But to splice this all together, to go to the edit bay, to use the TV phrase, and splice this all together and put it all together and post it the night before a trade deadline is particularly provocative.
It's a move.
It's a move.
Yep.
So what are we saying here? That you want out? That not only do you want out, but you're creating an environment that makes it uncomfortable for you to stay. So what gives? And I know, Chris, you are a leading forefront member of the Odell is no longer the guy who we saw in New York club, and his numbers certainly support that. His post-knee injury numbers certainly support that the day of Odell flashing and grabbing the one-handed grabs in a game and lighting it up and being the difference maker is over.
I don't want to feel that way, but just the last few years have just shown he's not the same player.
It does beg to the question of what's up and why not? Why can't it work? Why hasn't it worked? Because I would have a feeling that if by 4 p.m. Eastern today, I'm just going to choose a team, just pluck it out of the hat. Let's just say by 4 p.m. Eastern today, Odell Beckham Jr. is wearing the red, white, and blue uniform of the New England Patriots. I would proffer to say they'd figure out how that works. That he would be more, if the two extremes are, in terms of acquiring a receiver for the New England Patriots, the two extremes are Randy Moss on one end, right? Honestly, you can't get any higher up that food chain Pro Football Hall of Fame and also results from an acquired receiver that everybody thought was no longer the same and had reached the end of a road that had a heck of a lot more miles on it once he arrived in New England. If that's one end of it.
Okay.
The other end of the spectrum is Mohamed Sanu.
I was going to say, yeah.
Okay. A second-round choice for somebody that did nothing. Like his only contribution could have been to maybe behind the scenes helped, load the muskets for those Minutemen in the end zone, who scares the crap out of me every time I'm in Gillette and they fire those things off like, oh my God, you see the whites of my eyes. You'd have to think Odell's somewhere closer to the Randy Moss end of things. And that's just New England. You'd have to think somewhere like, what if he would never show up in the Ravens? Let's go in another conference. What if?
Well, the Green Bay.
What if Green Bay?
People think Green Bay needs
That's
him.
what I've been saying.
Yeah.
You put
what if
him with Rodgers?
What if we don't know? What if we don't know if Antonio Brown's ankle/heel injury is more serious than believed, and the all-in team keeps on getting more pot committed themselves? I'm keeping using this phrase. What if he shows up there? Do you think he's done there? So if we believe that about a new spot, why not here? What's up with that?
So is it coaching?
Well, I think that's obvious. You just answered it.
What is it, Baker?
Put him with Rodgers. I'm not saying it's Baker, but you put him with Rodgers. You put him with Brady.
Scheme. It's also a scheme.
Scheme. I think Odell.
Because I said put him with Mac Jones. I just said put
that
him
was.
with Mac
I was
Jones.
going to question that one. I don't think that Mac Jones would be the one to resurrect Odell. Come on.
You don't think Belichick and McDaniels would know how to figure out 13? Figure out that Rubik's Cube that no one else figured out? Like they did with Corey Dillon? Like we can go on and on and on and on.
And the one piece that team is missing is a field stretcher.
Yeah.
On the outside.
Yeah. I think it would work.
Odell and Randy Moss very similar where they're at this point in their career, but Randy Moss didn't have that injury.
Randy was also a Hall of Famer, though.
Yeah, I mean, Randy Moss and Odell are not very similar.
I just use that as I'm just
Oakland.
putting two different ends of the spectrum.
I mean, not like Odell's going to the Hall of Fame. I just mean where we thought of them in their career. Like Randy Moss was over in Oakland. Like that was a wrap.
I don't have an answer, and I know the easy answer is it's on Baker. Let's just keep on throwing everything in the Baker bin because it's all Baker's fault.
Stefanski takes a lot of it.
Come on now. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.